Over the years here in these Sharp Saturday videos, we've looked at a lot of different knives at a wide range of prices, from expensive to low end. Today's video, we're going to take a look at a very low end knife that is a traditional style knife that would make a great first knife for somebody, or a great knife for you if you just want a traditional knife that's just extremely lightweight and extremely simple. I'm talking about the Boker Rusticus, and we're going to take a closer look at this one coming up next here, Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. And as I said, that something sharp today is going to be this Boker Magnum Rusticus, really classic rustic style folding knife. And we're going to take a look at this thing in just a minute. But first, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. Today's wisdom is from Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31 in the NLT. Don't envy violent people or copy their ways. That seems like pretty good advice to me. And as always, a big thank you to my friends at XS Sights for making today's video possible. You've heard me say it before. XS Sights are the only sights that I trust my life to on any pistol that I carry. And you've probably heard this before too. I was literally a paying customer for years before they approached me and asked me if I'd be interested in allowing them to sponsor some of my videos. I said, of course, because literally they are a company that I trust my life to. So I have no problem recommending them because I use them every day. XS Sights are 100% made in the USA. They are the fastest sights in any light. And if you go to their website and you see somewhere you can put a code in and save some money, if you put SOP15 in, you'll be glad you did. So thanks again to XS Sights for sponsoring today's video. Now, so we're going to take a look at this. And I got to be completely transparent and honest with you. The video I had planned to release today for this Sharp Saturday was not about this. It was about this. Yeah, that's for another time now, because being the consummate professional I am with over 13 years experience on YouTube, I forgot to push the record button on a crucial part of the video that I made for this big knife, so it's not ready. So I was looking through my kind of folding knives, and I saw this one, and I thought it had been discontinued. I've had this thing for a while. I thought it's a really cool knife. I wanted to show you one day, but I thought it had been discontinued. I got on their website and looked at it just to see, and it's actually been being re-released. So this knife is set. It says it'll be available on November the 15th, 2025. So just a few days from the time this video is going live. This could be a great, like I say, a great Christmas present, a great first knife for somebody. It's very simple. There's no doodads. It's not tactical. It's not a flipper. It's not an automatic. It's just a old school, old timey folding knife. Very, very lightweight. And I think it's cool. So I think what we should do now is go down to the old tabletop. We'll talk about the specs and details. I'll show you a few close-ups, and we'll do a little bit of that science stuff, testing, and then wrap the sucker up. You want to? Okay, so here is the Boker Magnum Rusticus. This knife features a closed length of 4.5 inches, an open length of 7 3/4 inches, a blade length of 3 1/4 inches by 0.07 inches thick of satin finished 420 steel with a flat grind. The handle is thermally treated red beechwood, very, very smooth, really very smooth finish on it. It has a old school nail nick opening, so no flippers, no fancy buttons here. Old school open it, and then it has a brass liner lock, which is pretty cool, and a brass line lanyard hole. This knife is designed in Germany, made in China, and the MSRP on this thing is 30 bucks. I found it anywhere from $15 to $25 on different websites, but as I said, they're all sold out of stock right now, and this thing is supposed to be again released for sale on November the 15th, 2025. So hope so. But that's the that's kind of the specs. Let me see if I can get a little closer and show you some close-ups here. The finish on this thing, the back of it is very, very well finished. It looks like it's one milled piece of wood, which is pretty cool. Nice blade shape. Feels pretty sharp. We're going to find that out. Just a very, very simple knife. So, I think of course, we need to do a little bit of science here. So I like to do the pretty much internationally standard test for sharpness, the redneck sharp test. So we're going to see, we'll see what happens here. We'll just get the testing medium here. Get a focus there. Let's just see. Oh my gosh. Would you look at all that horror there? Oh yeah. The problem is the testing medium's getting kind of patchy. I may need to do some renewal on it. Look at that. Maybe I just need to do an entire renew. Look at that, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna call this one Yak Shaving Sharp. Okay, so let's mess the white balance up a little bit more on the old camera and do a little bit of paper cutting, because everybody likes to see that. And we're just going to do a couple fingers on it, so there's really no not a whole lot of guiding here. It's just, by golly, again, Yak Shaving Sharp. I mean, I literally think you could shave with your face with this thing if you chose to do so. It is wild. And I hate to even repeat myself like I constantly do, right? But I've said it before. Always get these comments whenever I review a knife that's not very sharp out of the box, that pretty much anybody knows you have to sharpen a knife. And some of them sometimes are a little snider than that. But apparently nobody told these people that. Just like they didn't tell Spyderco, they didn't tell a lot of other people that. This thing is, again, whew, sharp, sharp, sharp. So I'm not concerned as to whether or not it would carve some feathers for making a fire if you had to have this. I mean, it's certainly going to be handy for cutting an apple, or opening boxes, or cutting some string, or just general whittling, as we used to call it. It's just super, super lightweight. I mean, this thing is wow. Okay, but if you did have this knife in your pocket and you were on a nice little day hike and you got stranded and you had to spend the night and you needed a fire, would you be able to do it with this little thing? Because this might be a good one to carry while you're hiking, because it doesn't weigh anything. Well, let's see. So we're going to assume you could have already carved the wood with it, because it's sharp. And we're inside, and it's dark outside. So we're going to test this with this Fatwood fire steel, which is a really cool fire steel from one of my friends here in Georgia. But it's got a Fatwood handle, nice ferro rod. It's kind of a soft one. Comes with a piece of Fatwood also that you see I've been using for tinder, and a striker. But we're going to just go ahead and use the spine of the knife and see how well it does. And what I like about using a folding knife like this is you can fold it up. It's super safe. I say super too much. No way to cut yourself on it. It's not going to spring closed on you. And let's just see how well it makes some sparks. Okay, by golly, that's good enough. If I was outside, I could make more, but we're not. So I don't want to catch the house on fire. So anyway, there you go. That's as far as we're going with the science. This is, again, just a quick little video, but man, I like this little knife. I really do. When Chuck Norris was a boy and wrecked his bicycle, he skinned the sidewalk. Okay, what'd you think? I'll tell you what I think. I think this is a really cool little knife. It makes me think of Jed Clampett sitting on the front porch next to Mr. Drysdale carving on a stick. Or maybe a knife that my granddaddy used to carry to cut his apple up. Or I would carry to cut my apple up. Just a really classic style knife. It's just, what's not to like about it? It is so light. Like, it's not, you're not even going to know it's there. Look, I'm that guy that thinks everybody should have a knife with them. Knives are so handy. They've gotten, so many people now have gotten this concept of knives are weapons. Oh no, it's horrible, you can't have a knife. Knives are tools, and they're very handy tools. Like, this is the kind of knife, when I was a high schooler, I would have had with me. And many other people would have had a knife with them. And guess what? Nobody got stabbed or cut. We didn't, well, okay, one guy did get cut. Got time for a quick story? So I had another knife. It's called, it was a Frost Panther, little cool bone handle knife, and I had that sucker slicked up you could like flick it open like it was the closest I could come to a switchblade when I was 16 years old. And it was, by golly, yak shaving sharp, because I had a whetstone about this long, and my daddy had taught me to sharpen knives, and I was a Boy Scout, and that sucker was, by golly, sharp. So anyway, I'll try to cut to the chase. I was sitting in a science class one afternoon, taught by a coach, because they got to teach something, right? I'd been playing with my knife somewhere. Somebody saw it early before class and said, "Hey man, let me see that knife." "Okay, here, look at it." But I said, "Be careful, it's sharp." So he takes his sucker, does his little flick open, and, ooh, and then he takes his thumb and goes down the blade, and just laid it open. Blood starts pouring out of his thumb, as much as fast as it could pour out of a thumb. It was bleeding. He was bleeding like a stuck pig, so to speak. So took my knife away. You believe I had to wait till after class to get my knife back? Times have changed, haven't they? So anyway, I like this knife a lot. And again, it's supposed to be released on November the 15th, so we'll see. But Boker says it's coming out. So anyway, I'm repeating myself and rambling. We'll wrap this sucker up. Sorry for rambling with a little story, but I hope this video has been helpful. If you're looking for a really traditional style knife, whether for you or whether for a gift or whatever, for somebody's first knife, you might want to check out this Boker Rusticus. It is a really, really cool knife. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Opinels, but it's just a little different design. I like those kind of traditional, old school, plain old pocket knives. So anyway, that's it. I'm really rambling again, so I'm going to shut up. I really sincerely appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.